Hi YouTube! Welcome to Expanding Beauty, where we celebrate, rejoice, and create a safe space for my wonderful, beautiful Black women. My name is Konima, and today I have with me Roxanne Morgan, who is the owner and creator of Graced by Nature. And what is that, you ask? Well, I will let you explain.
Thank you, Konima. I'm really glad to be here. Graced by Nature was, it started 2013 actually by accident. So it initially was something for me to find a way to take care of my own hair. In Canada at that time we didn't have a lot of products available for us. We had the few, but at the time it wasn't really as apparent as it is now. So I'm a creative person just by nature and trade, so eventually I just figured let me try to make something for myself, because I was starting off with the store-bought products, but I found that I was already mixing them with other things to kind of make it work for myself.
Yeah.
So I figured, okay, if I'm already mixing something, why don't I just make something from scratch for myself? And that's what I started doing, and I came up with my peppermint shampoo. So it's a peppermint and coconut milk scalp renewing shampoo. I've always had an issue with my scalp as a kid from relaxing. Of course,
yeah,
we all know.
Yeah.
We all know
the trauma of relaxing.
That
and no shade to you if
Nope.
you still have your relaxer, but
it's
for some of us, it's
it's a no-go.
Yeah.
So that's what I decided to start off with, targeting my scalp, and I found that it really relieved any of the issues that I was having. Actually, a friend of mine started to ask to borrow, and then her friend asked to buy, and that's how it actually started. So it wasn't really me saying, okay, I'm gonna get into that, because it wasn't a big thing of everyone starting out their own brand at that time. This was 2013. So 2014 is when I really started to promote and start my site, and started to sell my products. So I do make shampoo, conditioner, leave-in conditioner, deep conditioner.
Yes, leave-in conditioner. Let me just tell you, the best.
Thank you.
I'm not biased, but the best.
Thank you. And I just wanted to come up with products that help ladies in our community, ladies and men in our community, where we're not paying a whole high cost for just maintaining our beauty. So I like to think of it as affordable. It's very personal, because to me it's the type of product that it's something that you need. It's something that represents you. It's something that enhances you. So
yeah, and it's also something like you are putting on your body on a regular basis. I think we sometimes don't take into consideration just how important, like our skin is our biggest organ, and
largest organ on our body.
Yeah, and to consistently be putting these things on our skin and our scalp without really realizing what is that doing to us over the long run, you know.
I think it's now recently we're trying to get more informative about what we're putting on our skin, what we're putting into our bodies, what we're putting on our bodies. Before it was kind of a thing as this, you see it on the TV, you see the models, you see them doing the shampoo, the whole ritual of the suds and everything, and everything like that. And now we realize, okay, we're not supposed to really be doing that with our hair, because that's going to mat it. I think it was more of like a robotic nature of this is just what we're supposed to do. And now we're in a time period where we have more knowledge available for us, where we can actually say, okay, you know, I want to actually put better quality ingredients and products on my body and my skin and whatnot, and take care of myself better. And I just feel like it's not something that has to cost an arm and a leg at the same time.
Thank you.
So
thank you. Yeah,
that's where I'm coming from.
Yeah. And also too, it's also really nice to be able to have products or things. You mentioned about how to wash and cater our hair, and by our I'm referring to Black people and our kinky hair, or whatever spectrum of the curl or wave you fall into. And we haven't really, within the last few years, like we've seen this explosion maybe, but by explosion it's still just like a small aisle and things, and a lot of us are still, you know, kind of jerry-rigging even what we do by, oh, let me supplement it with an oil here, this. We don't have products or somebody who understands our particular needs for our hair, and even, you know, with our skin, as you know.
I definitely agree with that, because For the most part, especially we have all the YouTube videos and everything available to us, and I try to tell ladies, listen, take what they're showing you. You know, take the meat and spit out the bones. You don't have to have everything done exactly the way they're doing it. Everybody's hair has to be catered differently. My hair can be completely the same as yours, but then require something completely different.
Yeah.
You know, so it's important for you to just get to know your hair. And I know everyone says it's a lot of work and whatnot, but I also try to remind them it's kind of like going to school, right?
Yeah.
In order for you to learn that subject, you have to take time to get to know it, to study it and understand it. You're not just going to get the diploma or the degree overnight.
Exactly.
So it's not something that we were born taught with. Like there are some girls that have been natural their whole lives, and you know that's amazing.
They're the lucky ones.
They're amazing. You are blessed.
Yeah.
But for the most part, a lot of us weren't brought up to understand natural hair. I didn't even know that I had curls. Like I had no idea.
Yeah.
Had to figure that out on my own. So that's why it's important for you to be able to understand it's going to take time. You may realize, okay, everybody's using this oil, but it doesn't work for you. That's fine. That doesn't, you know, you don't get your natural card taken away. So you just
revoked.
You just keep going, and you just take it as a learning process.
Yeah.
You know, and take your time. If you don't want to go full throttle with the natural hair immediately because you're not comfortable yet, you don't have to. You do what works for you until you feel comfortable being that way.
Yeah, and I think that's like important too, because I mean, I had a relaxer for a long time, but I also would go back and forth as a child being natural. But even then, still wasn't taught how to take care of my natural hair. It was just either throw it in some braids or this and that. But it's only now as an adult that I was like, oh, how do I take care of this? I had better knowledge of knowing how to take care of straight hair, but to actually learn how do I take care of my hair, and even though I had been natural for so long, was a learning curve.
It is, and I'm glad that we actually have a community now where we can help each other. It's easier to be able to talk and discuss and say what your problems are, and you never know, that person may have a solution that you weren't thinking of, that you might have been struggling with. So we are in a time period where we're adults, we're teaching our mothers, we're teaching our grandmothers how to take care of their hair. Siblings and cousins, you know, because I remember mine, they weren't too keen on going that route. They are natural now.
And they weren't even too keen on maybe you sometimes going on, because I know my mom was giving me like, but why? Why?
Well, you know, one thing I also have to say is I suffer from anemia, so I'm constantly cold. You know, with anemia.
As you can see, she's wearing a sweater right now. Okay, it's 27 degrees.
Yes. You know what? I can't help it, but for me, when you're anemic, you're cold easily. I don't feel the warmth as easy as everyone else does. The anemia also takes a toll on your hair as well. So you'll end up seeing evidence of alopecia based on that. If you're not getting enough of the iron, then it's going to take a toll on definitely your hair looking healthy. And that's the first thing I noticed. So I was combating the relaxer, the harshness of that, plus my anemia, and my hair was just looking rough. Okay, it looked rough. Okay, to the point where I didn't feel comfortable with even wearing my hair out. It just looked like the back part of my hair was missing.
Oh, shame.
So that's when I started to take control, and for me it takes a little bit more effort again, because my body just doesn't absorb the iron as it should. So I have to be so much more delicate with my hair. And that's another reason why I wanted to have these products as well, to be able to help females that have the same problems that I do, coming up with recipes that allow them to be able to take care of their hair without harsh chemicals to make things worse, so that you can feel beautiful. I know with us being black women with natural kinky hair, it's very difficult for us to feel beautiful
Yeah.
and natural.
Yeah.
And I definitely remember feeling that way, especially when it comes to men. You know, you're afraid of them seeing you.
Yeah, and it's like get
After
your
the hair wash.
Yeah, exactly.
After the hair comes out.
Yeah. The shrinkage.
The shrinkage.
All of that. Yeah.
It's real. It's a struggle, and we've never felt comfortable. We have the videos showing with the girls with the flowing hair, or even you know, multiracial girls, and it made us feel like, okay, well, we're not good enough, so let's hide it.
Well, I always feel like the message we keep getting is that this is something wrong that needs to be corrected, as opposed to, no, it's beautiful. It's just a different type of beauty.
It's just something we're not accustomed to seeing.
Yeah. And
I'm glad that it's, you know, when you get to see somebody outside and you see another natural, you're just like,
and you do the look,
like,
I see you. Yeah.
That's what it's like now, and I love it. You know, I love being able to see everyone embracing it and realizing this is us.
Yeah.
This is us. We don't need to hide ourselves. You know, again, it's just a matter of learning how to take care of our hair.
Yeah. No, it's true, because it's so freeing, and it's beyond more than just hair, because it's just a sense of it's so powerful. It's so empowering. And I feel that that's what is very vitally important for us as Black women too.
Oh yeah, I remember it was raining the other day, and one of my friends asked me, "Oh, are you running? Are you gonna run because of your hair?" I said, "No, I don't need to anymore."
Yeah,
because I remember when I was relaxed, you're not getting my hair wet.
Oh my gosh!
So
or if it was hot combed, pressed out, and it was like humidity
you had to have
was
shower
the devil.
cap, everything.
Yeah.
So you know, it is, that word freedom is amazing, because that is exactly what it describes when you allow yourself to be natural and just not care about what society feels about something that grows naturally on our head.
Yeah.
You know?
Exactly.
Something that we're born with.
Exactly. It's just, and there's still a long ways to go. I mean, it's like, it makes me, it made me sad. Sad and happy. It made me conflicted about that Crown law that had to come out in California 2019, that they actually had to put it into law. That you could not discriminate us against our hair. And I'm just like,
it's sad that has to exist.
Yeah, but I'm glad that those things are being addressed. And
you gotta take the wins.
Yeah.
It is a win. If it's teaching others, you know, it's not okay to tell somebody that you're not allowed to be here because you don't look like me.
Yeah.
That's not okay.
Yeah. Now going back to Grace Bandage.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So I want to ask, so you finally, you know, this magical accident happened. We're here now with our peppermint cleansing shampoo, which is, I really like that shampoo so much, because one thing when I used it, I remember just like, because it felt like a co-wash, but it was cleansing my hair. And I could feel my hair, you know, like when you've cleansed and done a good cleanse, and there's just that breathe. You're like, my scalp is like, thank you, it's breathing. So, and as I said, the leave-in conditioner, the deep conditioner. So all these products, there's a lot. That's a process. What is the process, and what is the inspiration, and what goes into your creative process in creating these products?
Okay. Well, I go by myself, and I think about what I'm looking for and what I'm looking to feel when I'm using products, what I don't want to feel when I'm using products. Time. You don't want something that's going to cost you more time, like if you're constantly having to squeeze and use more, that's a waste of time. I want to look at the people that use my products, my customers, the people that look to using what I make. And you know, again, we have the YouTube, so I'm fortunate to get to see, okay, what is it that they're looking for? What do they have problems with? And
what's missing?
What's missing, right? And I saw a lot of the scalp issues, right? So that was like, okay, great. I was already making something about the scalp issues, and then the next thing you hear about is moisture. A lot of girls, when I'm at my events especially, ask, I have problems maintaining moisture. And again, that also does go back to, okay, well, what are you doing with your hair? That can also go with porosity and whatnot. But you want to find something that doesn't allow it to be hard for their hair to absorb.
Yeah.
You know, and something that's going to cater to the different textures.
Yeah.
So that's what I think about. I think I also think about something that's not too unattainable, because the more unattainable, the higher the cost. And again, we want to go back to something that's affordable,
Yeah.
and something that's still quality.
And you can see that in your products. I mean, that's why I'm so excited that you actually had the time to do this, because you really can. I mean, I remember the first time I used your deep conditioner, and I made a mistake because I was too heavy-handed with it, because I was just used to, and I was like, what have I done? And your leave-in conditioner lasted me months.
Oh, yeah.
And I used it consistently because I just...
A little goes a long way.
Yeah. And it was, there's, as I said, just a lot of quality put into, and you can feel the care put into each of your products. And the other thing too, that one of the reasons that I was so excited when I came across you was that you're a Canadian business. For those of you who don't know, a lot of the natural hair products you will see in Canada are still coming from the States. We don't really have
a lot of representation.
Yeah. And so how are you finding that, entering this, because we've come from the happy accident into entering this market. So how is...
Well, yeah, you go from the accident to now, okay, I'm a business, I'm a brand, and I want everyone to be able to see my products and to be heard. So, we do have the pull and tug from the brands that are, more known, and more recognition from in the States. And it's more about really getting to know what people need, and just trying not to focus on what is already out there.
Yeah.
Because the more I dwell on, the big products that are coming from the States and whatnot, the more it's just going to make me feel like, okay, what's the point, kind of thing. And that's not necessary.
Yeah.
Everybody has a lane that they can go, drive. So it is what it is. I want success for everybody. I do love seeing the support of Canadian brands being showcased. Yeah. I do love that, and it's appreciated, because again, for platform wise, the States are pretty known for being recognized for most part. Yeah. So and again, like I said, when I first started, there weren't that many products out there available. So now there are tons of Canadian products out there. I know there are tons. Up North Naturals, there's Curl Shop. Like there are girls that are coming up. It's just that they're not as known.
Fair enough. Yeah.
It's like a squirrel trying to get a nut. They're not as known. And right now, especially, we have Instagram. You definitely have to make yourself put yourself out in the forefront. So I see that coming along, and I see that more and more of that will be happening, especially the more events that we have showcasing our local girls. So we do have support for the U.S., but I would really love to see the support for our Canadian local brands. Yeah. We can only get so far, and we can only say so much if we're not doing the work. So we got to support.
And support our own, and just help build up and build that up. And on that note, speaking about support and building each other up, so how is it being a black entrepreneur, a black female entrepreneur?
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's definitely I feel,
and don't sugarcoat it.
I won't sugarcoat it. It's not, you're looked as unexpected. Yeah. So when I come across anyone and they ask me what I do, and I tell them, aside from the jobs that I have, I do actually have my own natural and organic hair and body care product line. And it's kind of like, really? Kind of thing. And, like a good for you kind of thing. And it's, well, okay, thank you. Because I guess they're not accustomed. I guess they're not accustomed to us having our own businesses, and if you're in Canada, you won't see much of that. You don't really see, and if you do, it's on the low. Like,
you really don't see it. I mean, looking through, trying to even search and find things in Canada where I see black women in the forefront or in positions of authority or owning their own, businesses or make it's.
Yeah, I think we were definitely underrated, and if we wanted to expose ourselves, we're typically exposing ourselves within our own community, because I don't feel like we're taken that much more seriously outside of that. And I'm looking forward to the day when we're not only just our own community, but worldwide. We're looked at, okay, black women can make their own business, they can be successful.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to those days. But
because we keep doing it consistently, without getting the recognition for it.
Right. The recognition, and I think also it could be as you getting to a certain point where needing to be getting more exposure, you're going to have to depend on other sources.
Yeah.
And then your light is kind of dimmed from there. So I think it's about trying to avoid that as well. And again, it is different. It's different in that kind of world. It can be more cutthroat. If you've seen those dragon dens, things and whatnot.
Yeah.
So it can get to be more cutthroat, especially if you're not sure what you're doing.
Yeah.
But for us, where we don't get the recognition, you're already looked at as a female. So it's like, okay, what are you telling me right now? What can you do for me? How smart are you to make this business successful and run, kind of thing? And what do you have to offer aside from your looks?
Yeah.
So it's a double-edged sword with being a black woman, kind of thing. But we persevere.
Yeah.
We persevere. We keep going. That's how we are. Genetically, we just keep going.
Yeah. It's in our DNA.
And we like to be heard.
Yes.
So,
but I think we deserve to be heard.
Yeah. No, I completely agree. I think everybody has the right to have their exposure and have their success. For me, success isn't necessarily just having a certain amount of money, but it shows in how you live your life and how you help the community, how you help your family. So that's how it speaks for me. And we just keep moving.
Nice. Yeah. And with community too, I feel that it's really important. One of the reasons I've spoken to you about this is as black women that we have such power within ourselves, and when we come together and we can build this community for ourselves where we at least let's start recognizing each other and recognizing the value that we bring for each other and to each other.
Value. That's a great word for it. The valuing, and we need to start valuing ourselves more, especially coming from a nation of ours who were taught division. Yeah. And we're getting to that point where we're finally being able to say, okay, well, let's come together, let's build together. Let's see our nation become what we were before. Yeah. And just keep supporting each other. Yeah. And that's what I'm in for.
Yeah, me too. I'm into that. I'm into that, yeah. And so, where can we see Grace by Nature going? What are the dreams? What is the future of Grace by Nature?
I have lots of dreams. Well, the reason why I have it as a hair and body care, it's not just about taking care of what's on your head. It's also about taking care of your body. So as I explained before, I do have anemia, so I have to look about that, and I look about being able to bring certain things that help women dealing with that as well. I do have my lotion. It's a body moisturizing lotion. It actually helps women and men take care of eczema, as well as my shampoo. The shampoo has the tea tree oil and the peppermint, which is antifungal and antibacterial, so it's great at helping relieve the irritation and the eczema. I've had friends that have had relief from their eczema on their bodies as well. So it's not just about hair for me, it's about the total package. Yeah. That's where my heart is, about taking care of ourselves, because people always get tired of me talking. And I'm always one to say, oh, we should be taking this, we need to be doing that. Yeah. Your body needs this. You need water more than just on top of your head. It has to go inside of your body.
Your body is the only home that cannot kick you out.
Right.
It's your home. It's like your home.
Right. So yeah, it's my vision is for more providing for more knowledge about that, taking care of my background is a medical laboratory technician, so I do have my diploma in studying blood. So it's
Oh, wow.
about taking care of the body. For me, knowledge about that is important. We have so much available to us, so I'd like to be able to incorporate that, and I will be incorporating that. So plenty of things to come.
All right.
Yeah, I'm online, www.gracebynature.com.
And you will have seen that below. I'm also going to leave that down in the description box, along with you're on Instagram as well.
Grace by Nature on Instagram.
And where we can we get some Grace by Nature products still? I heard there is, are we under a little bit of housekeeping?
Going through a little bit of change right now. Change is good. I'm in the middle of rebranding right now, so you can still get the products. They're still available for purchasing online. Just right now I'm in a transition mode where I'm trying to move with the times. I did start my company in 2013, so I like to take it now to a point where it's more a grown brand kind of thing. So and to more mimic who I am and whatnot. So yeah, there are little changes coming.
Okay, well, we'll be definitely on the lookout for that. But in the meantime, I'm telling you guys, as I said, I actually found out about Roxanne and Grace by Nature just randomly through Facebook, and because I was looking for a local product to use, and I saw this raving, wonderful review about it, and I was like, okay, I'll try it, and ordered it online. I got my product safely delivered, nicely packaged, and I was blown away to the point that when I finally got to meet her in person, I was like, you need to make them bigger. I need more.
That's coming as well.
Yeah, I was just like, like a fiend. So I'm really proud, and
Thank you.
yeah, and it's just such a beautiful thing to see a beautiful Black woman doing, not only creating but also sharing what you have with us, and thank you for doing that.
Thank you for giving me a chance. That's all it takes. That's all we're all here for, is giving us a chance, and I appreciate everybody that does.
So thank you so much for being
Thank
here.
you for having me.
Yeah, and who knows, maybe in the future you'll be back again. I might be able to entice you again.
Oh yeah, with new products.
Okay.
That are coming soon.
Okay, great. So, and I want you guys to follow Roxanne on Instagram to just keep posted on updates. And if you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up, comment down below, and of course you can share it. And I will see you next time right here. Bye.
Bye.